Good morning, iPod students. Welcome to Social Studies again this week. Um, I've read some fantastic assignments about the end of the Roman Empire. Um, and, there's so many stories about that yet that we have not had time for, but we're just going to leave it there. Okay, we're going to move on to something that in history is called the Middle Ages, or sometimes we call it medieval times. It refers to just pretty much Europe, not the rest of the world during the same time period, but just Europe. At the end of the Roman Empire, which ended in about 476-ish, right? You know that an empire doesn't just end one day and start again the next day, but that's the date that we put on that. And it goes through about 1492, when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, which was the beginning of what we call the New World. So that time period in Europe in between when the Roman Empire ended and the New World exploration and some new inventions and so on and other things started. It was called the Middle Ages. It was actually about 1,000 years where at least half of the Roman Empire kind of blew apart into many different kingdoms, territories that were called monarchies, which means they were ruled by kings, right? And yeah, things just didn't go so well. We call it the Dark Ages, or was actually called the Dark Ages for a long time because there wasn't as many, it wasn't recorded as well, and we didn't know as much. Now, of course, over time, we know a lot more. We're finding out that it was actually a fascinating time that we're going to try to explore in 2 or 3 weeks of online school. It just isn't going to do it justice, but we're going to try to get started, okay? So I'm actually going to ask you to listen to a couple of videos. They're quick. You're going to hear some things that you just heard me say. You're going to hear it a couple different times, but that's a good thing. That's the way we kind of get those things in our head. And there will be a couple of themes that come up again and again and again. One of them is the feudal system, feudal, Feudal, feudal system. We'll be learning a little bit about that. You'll learn about the Crusades, which in one of the videos, she calls them crusades. Anyway, and there'll be some other themes that you'll hear again and again. So this is about it for me right now. I want you to listen to those other two videos, and then we're going to do kind of a fun assignment. I think you're going to like it. It's very artistic, but it's also has a lot of symbolism and meaning. We've talked about that kind of thing before. Things that we do, pictures we have, words we say that have a deeper meaning than just the obvious. So that's what our assignment is going to be about. More on that later. You'll have to watch a fairly lengthy video of a guy from Australia talk about that. He's very excited about the topic, and so he goes on for quite a long time. It gives you a lot of detail, much of what you won't necessarily need like as a need to remember for a test or whatever, but I think you're going to find it kind of fascinating. It's about as long as watching one episode of your favorite TV show, so I know you can handle it. And then we'll have an assignment at the end of the week. So the beginning of this assignment is really just watching some videos, and you don't have to respond to them in writing in any way, but I do really need you to watch them. It would be really easy to say, yep, I did it when I really didn't, and then you're going to miss some of the information. So please do not do that. Watch this one like you are right now, and watch the other shorter ones, and then the lengthy video, it's just about 30 minutes long. That's the one you really need in order to complete the assignment. So more on that later. Right now, how about you just get to these videos, maybe do one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and then by the next day, by Tuesday, hopefully you'll be ready for the long one, and then you'll have time to work on the assignment as well. Okay. I cannot tell you how much I miss actually talking to you guys in person, but for right now, this is as good as we got. So let's do this. Okay. See you later.